Okay, I want to go over some things with you on security in St. Kitts. There's basically two major police stations that they've got them all throughout the whole island. There's one that's actually here in Frigate Bay, and there's another one that's over in downtown. So if you're in Frigate Bay and you got a thing that you need to call the police on, you wouldn't call the downtown police, you call the ones in Frigate Bay. And they're going to be the ones, and they're right here. This is the police station here, which is really nice because a policeman is right here in the neighborhood. So that's the nice thing about it. One thing I will tell you, the crime rate here has plummeted. It used to be, when I first got here, it was pretty high. They had real problems with gang violence and stuff like this, and that has dropped dramatically. I mean, it's especially during COVID-19, it dropped about 80%. It was incredibly low, but it never has gotten back to where it used to be. One of the reasons was in fact, all of it was gang violence or dealing with drug trafficking and stuff like that. So, if you weren't involved with that, your chances of getting shot or held up or whatever was really extremely, almost zero. You just don't see this a lot in St. Kitts. One thing I will tell you here in St. Kitts, I don't even know if they've ever had a serial killer here. That's one thing I've noticed. They don't seem to have people that just go around and shoot people for no reason out of madness of their brain, like they do in the U.S. I don't ever remember anybody being shot in a series of serial killing going on. Now, in drug traffic and stuff like that, when it got pretty bad, yeah, but that's pretty much ended. I don't see a lot of drugs going on around here now. They came up with a good idea with this government, and what they did was they started, they had a truce with the gangs, and they found them jobs and stuff, and that changed the crime situation dramatically. So that was a big impact there, and that was done by the new administration they've got now in office. But it's you just don't have a lot of pickpocket and stuff like that around here like you do in Panama. And when I was in Panama, the drug trafficking was pretty bad, but the crime rate, people breaking your house, they'd break in your house to steal a paper clip. It was really bad in Panama. I mean, there's no comparison between here and Panama. And I'll tell you another place that's pretty bad too is Dominican Republic. It's pretty much like Panama. And one thing too, you'll notice in St. Kitts, you don't see hardly any beggars around here. That's one thing that you just don't see much. Most people are employed, and you just don't have an issue where you see that a lot. When I was in Panama, they were all over the place. And you go to big cities in the U.S., like L.A. and whatever, and they got homeless people all over the place. You don't see homeless people sleeping out on the road here. They just don't. They have places, I guess they have them, but they don't have that many people that are in that situation. This country's probably got less homeless people per capita than probably any place I've ever been to. It's not a real problem that they've got with that. Now, that being said, if you go downtown, you got to be careful at nighttime. You don't be walking down late at night and not watching what you're doing. But I've never been here for 15 years and never had somebody come up and try to rob me or anything like that. And people here are very friendly. They don't have they just don't seem to have a real edge to go out and, like I saw this shooting in the U.S. the other day, just shooting people for no reason at all. You don't have that here. I've never seen that happen here at all. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Now, if you want a gun, I've done some videos on this before. You can use up to a 9mm. You can't use any more higher than what the police use here. You can't bring in AK-47s, M16s. You can't, stuff like that are assault rifles and stuff like that. You would have to get special permission if you could even get it. And but things that are pretty much, and it's going to take you about 6 months to a year to get the license. The license is about 300 EC a year, which is a little over 100 US every year that you pay for that. But you can bring in your own gun, and you can have several of them if you want, but you're going to have to pay a different, separate license fee for every gun that you bring in. And that license fee is every year, it's not one time. So to keep it in force, you're going to have to pay those fees every single year. So, and this is one of the grocery stores here. It's Rams. It's a real good grocery store here in Frigate Bay. And there's another one down here too that's also owned by Rams. And you're literally walking distance from almost all the stores here. And you can live here in St. Kitts and virtually not even have to have a car, which is really nice. You can get a bicycle or just use a taxi. The taxi is right up, it's a little bit further down here. And they can come right, you can walk right to the taxi stand. I've told people before, that's the cheapest way to get taxis and to get rides, is to use a taxi and work out a deal with the taxi driver on a weekly or a monthly basis, and you could drop your rate probably down dramatically. I know you can, because I've done it before, and that's the best way to do it if you're going to do that. Anyway, folks, if you want to learn more on this, on St. Kitts and other, we deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.